Today was a somewhat interesting day for the community, so I do have a couple things to talk about today, but the main one that I'm gonna mention is that, as you can see here, I am on the Wikipedia page for Geometry Dash, and if we look here, it says that on iOS and Android, GD released on the 13th of August 2013, and as I'm recording this, we are on the 13th of August 2026, meaning we have reached the 13th anniversary of this game's existence. It's really crazy to think that most people that play the game now are probably younger than the game itself. From this point on, there are teens playing the game, teenagers that are younger than the game. But I feel a bit more impacted about the anniversaries for GD than any other game, just because I feel like Geometry Dash, unironically, has some of the best history out of any game that's existing right now. Like, yes, there are games that I would consider better than GD. But I don't know, I just love going on random, documentary videos or just informative videos about this game, and I learn, like, a new fact of something that happened, like, 2017 or 2016 that I would have never known. Though it's really interesting, and there's just so much history. There's a reason why I'm able to run a news channel that uploads daily that compiles a bunch of stuff, because there's always super crazy things happening every day now. And I don't know, I just love this game. If I didn't, I wouldn't be making videos on it. So I think I might as well talk about how it is the anniversary for the game. On another note, we had even more Thinking Space 2 progressed from Davin. We just talked about him because he's been recently doing major runs, getting 76% 12 days ago, and just 2 days ago getting 81. And just an hour ago, he posted a run of 46 to 100, with this being a new best run to 100. While this doesn't look too impressive when he already has a run that's in the 80s, keep in mind that this level is super second half heavy, so it honestly is very impressive that he is able to get this run from even further back into the level. You will notice in the top left, the cheat indicator is red, and that's because this was done on no clip, but there was 0 deaths, so it actually was a run from 46 to 100. Now obviously that means some people might try and say, oh, Davin's hacking, Davin's cheating, but no, looking at the cheat indicator isn't everything when it comes to deciding if someone's cheating or not, but just the fact that the other two runs that are probably more impressive have a green cheat indicator means that this one is probably, not cheated, and you can just look at the run. He would also have no reason to cheat a run, so I think it's safe to say that it's probably legit. And it's not like it's gonna be a list percent, right? It's a run to 100, so it doesn't count for the demon list. It's not getting submitted anywhere, so yeah, it's probably legit. I nearly forgot to add this in, but the player Dan2D recently finally finished verifying his solo main list level called Bellatrix. This is the same person that made Rigel, which is a very similar level to Bellatrix. And this was showcased a while back. I think this was showcased long enough ago to where I made a review about this level on my reviewing channel back when I did that, so this has been, in the works for quite a decent time now. This is what the level looks like. It's very similar to Rigel. It's a more futuristic 9 circles level. I know people will be off-put by that because we have a ton of futuristic 9 circles levels already, but the difference is it isn't a Sonic Wave remake or anything like that, which has been overdone. This is, a more original concept, and it has some pretty unique designs in it anyways. Personally, I decently like this level. I think it's like a 7 out of 10. I remember commenting on this end screen. I think it's a really fun way to pull off an end screen. This took 47,000 attempts, but if you count old, it's nearly 150,000. I know this guy had old attempts, but considering he did the hallucination a year ago as a new hardest, I've got a feeling that he may or may not be underestimating this level's difficulty. I could see it being top 50. But we have to wait to see, and also hope it gets rated, so congrats on finally getting this thing published and verified. Huge props. I was hoping for this to get finished for a while. Sadly, we have had another in-game moderator resign from their position. Sadly, this was done on the anniversary of the game. This was SWT Sin. I don't actually know how to pronounce it correctly, but the tweet reads, "As much as I would have liked to have waited for August 30th to roll around, that being my 3rd year as a mod, it was about time I resigned from the team due to reasons that I don't feel necessary to speak upon. It's disappointing, but it's necessary. Let's just say I've got some far more important things to focus on now, and with time, I'm sure everything will work out. But for the future, whether or not I rejoin the mod team again is unlikely. I appreciate all my friends and of course supporters who gave me this opportunity and were there for me whilst I was in said position. Y'all mean a lot to me, and I'll forever be grateful for you. I wish the very best for you all. Hopefully, I left an overall good mark on the community, and I hope you have fun with my levels, haha. Bye for now, everybody. So this isn't like a bunch of the other mods that end up getting kicked from their role. This is a resignation done by choice. From what it reads, it just looks like Sin has lost interest in the game as much now, but, you know, it could also be with how the current mod team is being handled right now. Or not really being handled, but the perception some of the members have now, and maybe that's being a bit off-putting, but that is just guessing. The reason I think it's that is because of the quote, whether or not I rejoin the mod team again is unlikely, meaning it's not 0. But the actual reason doesn't matter, okay? It's just the fact that we had a mod resign, so it's sad to see, but I hope they, you know, have good luck in whatever else they're doing now. And the Purgatory team has also released another level, or more, a preview for one of their levels. Sonic Wave, the Mafiwi version, it is a redecorated one. It says Mafiwi in the title, and the end wave has the Mafiwi buffs, so I'm assuming it is just the version that Mafiwi had, so pretty similar to Sonic Wave, but a bit harder. And I don't really know what Purgatory is thinking, because currently they're getting a ton of backlash for just, you know, only redecorating levels and having no originality and just taking already existing layouts made by other people. So, you know, remaking the most overdone level in the game probably isn't the brightest idea. There's also some more serious drama with the Purgatory that I'm not gonna go over here, but I will do when we get to that one drama video I've been talking about, where we're just gonna compile everything that's happened in the last week, because there's been so much. I noticed they do the thing again where they just slap their branding everywhere in the level. Like, there's no need for the Purgatory logo to be here. This is a thing in, like, every single one of their decorations. It's something that I'm not the biggest fan of. But honestly, my take on this is create what you want. I mean, this time in the description, it stated that it's not, you know, official, right? It's just made for fun, so that's cool. But yeah, I mean, make whatever you want. It's not like this is harming anyone. On paper, it's a good level. I don't think they should be getting hate for doing remakes, but I just kind of wish they did more, because we've seen glimpses of what they can do when they have a completely original work, like Clock Tower. Clock Tower was one of my favorite levels from its year. When I did level reviews, I was glazing that level all the time, and that was pretty cool, because it wasn't, you know, already based on something. I feel like they're falling into the pitfall of remaking a bunch of levels that no one is really asking to be remaked because they don't need it. Like, Black Blizzard was already a peak level, right? You couldn't really make it too much better, so obviously it was going to be a disappointment when they made that remake. And then also, this level, right? We already have a bajillion Sonic Wave remake, so why do we need another one? It just feels like it's a bit pointless. And I think that's why people love Silent Acropolis, because you'll notice that everyone seems to hate on the Purgatory, but then when it comes to, like, Silent Acropolis, everyone loves it, and I'm sure part of that is just because of the verification story, but also, I feel like it's because they were redecorating a level that actually needed it. The original Silent Acropolis was just Acropolis decoration, but hyper buffed, right? And that's really, really dated and just boring and unoriginal, so it kind of needed it. And also, it just looked like one of their better works. And then you kind of get something like this, and it's like, we've seen this exact style of Sonic Wave remake done already as well. And I just noticed, I'm gonna go back here, we just talked about before, and another image of their logo, just the Purgatory advertising slapped on here. They do it more than Cherry Team. I don't see why they need to. Again, like, fine, do it. I mean, it's not harming anyone. And they also have the, slogan, what is it? The Purgatory Supremacy. It just all feels like they're just trying to slap their name on everything for attention. I know it's just because, you know, they're having fun with it, and again, the levels aren't harming anyone. I'm fine. I don't think they should be giving hate. No one should be giving hate directly to the creators because they don't like the levels or they find them uninteresting or unneeded. But yeah, personally, I don't know. I just wish they did more original stuff. And again, like I said before, some of these newer ones here, like, yes, they're, you know, on paper original, but they're being picked up by the Purgatory. They're already, like, the layouts are already, you know, mostly made, and then they're just kind of taking it, which again, that's fine because the creators of those levels have allowed them to do so. I just think it's sad that we're not really getting too many original works from them. And the main reason I'm so disappointed is just because if you look at the levels, they have, like, good decoration on paper. If you just take the members of the Purgatory, just flat out, you just look at the team members, it's a really good group. The levels are of high quality. It's just sad they never do something original with it. I feel like the Purgatory can do so much more, and then also it just feels kind of off when we have their advertising slapped in, like, every single level with decoration. But that's just my opinion. Again, I don't send hate to the Purgatory. I don't agree at all with any of the hate they get when it comes to specifically just the way they make their levels. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for today's video. Haven't got much more to talk about. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Hope you learned something new that you didn't already know about the game, and peace.